Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's webinar. Today we are going to discuss a sensible and time-tested cash flow management with the help of business credit. My name is Jimmy. I work up here at Credit Suite, and I'll be your host today. So, again, sensible and time-tested cash flow management with the help of business credit. Okay, so we're going to talk about cash flow. There's some contact information here, 877-600-2487, info@creditsuite.com as well. So you can always reach out to us with any questions afterwards, and we will be here to help you out. So the last time that we covered the Credit Suite Credit Line Hybrid program, so if you were part of that or were not part of that, that is going to be the opportunity for you to secure 0% interest business credit cards based on personal credit history. So they report and help build your business credit profile. They don't report to your personal credit unless there's a default. So a real good opportunity for you to build your credit and get access to capital up to $150,000 based on personal credit history with no documentation. So no tax returns needed, no bank statements, nothing like that. You don't need a certain amount of time in business either. So really good for startup companies. All right, so what that can do for your business, how you can qualify. Those are some other things we covered last time. What the Credit Line Hybrid can do for you and your business. I covered that briefly. How you qualify for that program, and then how much you can get. So up to 150, you need to have above a 680 on all three of your personal credit scores. All right. So let's jump into today's topic. What is cash flow? All right. Investopedia says that cash flow is the net amount of cash and cash equivalents being transferred into and out of a business, right? So let's simplify that. What does that mean? Basically, cash flow relates to the actual liquid cash flowing in and out of your business, okay? If you have strong, positive cash flow, then you'll have the funds that you need readily available at any given time. So to do the things that you need to do to run your business effectively and efficiently. So a strong, positive cash flow. You've got more money coming in than you do have going out. Okay. So if you run your personal life this way, you can run your business life this way. So positive cash flow is something you can use in business and personal. More money coming in than you have going out. And that's daily expenses, even as something as simple as buying inventory. So why positive cash flow is important. You'll see a couple of similarities here. So you need the cash to be able to pay the bills, right? Step one. You have to be able to pay salaries. So if you've got staffing, if you have supplies and stock on hand that you need to keep stocked up to stay in business, to have something to resell. And then, of course, if you have positive cash flow, you should have a reserve built up over time. And that way you can take advantage of growth opportunities. All right. So being able to make an investment purchase, bunch of different scenarios here, purchasing a second location if you're retail, purchasing a truck if you're in transportation, investing in real estate. So you'll need that reserve. So positive cash flow over time allows you to build that up. So none of those things are going to be possible without cash. All right. It's not. It's going to show that you have the ability to pay something back. It's also going to help you qualify for loans. We'll get in that in a second. So profit is not the same as cash. Okay. Some business owners are surprised when they find out that their business can actually be doing quite well, but they still struggle to pay the bills. It's because they do not automatically convert to cash. Sales do not automatically convert to cash. So it can take time to collect payments from customers. So if you have, net 30 scenarios, net 60 with your clients, if you have accounts receivables, purchase orders, anything like that. So to collect payments sometimes can create cash flow issues. Another thing that can slow down cash. So other totally normal things can slow cash flow as well. Some examples, if you run a seasonal business, right? So if you're really successful the first quarter of the year, let's say it's a tax business, and you have, obviously everybody's going to work until, April, May in that season, in that timeline, and you can have a really good income. But what do you do for the next 6 months? Do you have a second side of your job? Do you have other entities that you can have with cash flow? If not, you've got one income for the first 5 months out of the year, and you need to float that for the next 7 months. So that could create a cash flow issue. If you mow lawns, right, and you're in the north and it snows or the grass doesn't grow and you're only you're dropping your accounts every November and they don't sign back up with you until March or April, that's something that could be seasonal as well. So you may find at certain times of the year that you are short on cash. So even non-seasonal businesses have times that are slower than others. All right. So other reasons you may need more cash than you have on hand currently. It is possible that you may have all the cash that you need for day-to-day business operations, but you still need more. So if you have an investment opportunity, like a bulk wholesale deal on inventory or growth opportunity, I just talked about that a couple of slides ago. That's why you'll need more than what you have going in and out every day, constantly. You'll need to make sure that you have more. So you need to be able to act fast in that scenario. So again, retail, if you can purchase it in bulk and receive a discount, increase your profit margins. You want to be able to take advantage of that opportunity, but you need to have cash on hand to be able to do that for the most part. All right, so you need more cash available. That's what's necessary for regular operations. So that is an opportunity to grow. This is why you need a cash pool. So a cash pool can help you handle each of these situations. It's a way to make sure that you have access to the cash that you need when you need it. But how do you build a cash pool for your business? Or better yet, how do you do so without damaging your personal credit, right? So using business credit to build a cash pool. Using business credit to build a cash pool is key to cash flow management. 3 parts: cash on hand, cash available to spend on vendor credit accounts, or cash available to spend on business credit cards. So there's 3 different ways that you can have access to cash. So actual liquid cash on hand, the cash that's available through vendor accounts. So some examples, Granger, Quill, Uline, real popular accounts. They're going to be net 30, net 60 accounts, but they give you the ability to purchase something from them to help you grow and scale your business and not pay that back immediately. You don't need the cash right now in your bank account to purchase that. You can pay that back over time, 30 or 60 days. So that's cash availability through vendor accounts. And then credit cards, same idea. Personal credit cards, you have the ability on a lot of them to be able to pull cash out. You'll get a separate term or rate when you pull that out to be able to pay that back. But you can liquidate cards to give you cash to be able to take advantage of situations where you need cash to invest. So those are going to be your 3 different ways to be able to get cash access. So cash reserves and vendor accounts. A cash reserve is simply cash on hand, right? This is the money that you have in your bank account that you can spend right now. A vendor account, they're accounts that you have vendors that allow you to purchase on credit. So I just spoke about that. These are typically net accounts rather than revolving. So a net account, there's a deadline. You have 30 days, you have 60 days, you have 90 days to pay that back. Revolving is going to be done over a longer period of time. So meaning that they have to be paid off completely within, 30, 60, 90 days. So depending on what terms you get with that lender. So every is going to be different. Just be aware that when you open up these accounts, know what their terms are. Know when you make a purchase that what your time is to pay that back, okay? But this is how you grow your business without having cash on hand. You can use it with vendor accounts or, again, business credit cards. So business credit cards. It's the total of all available credit you have on business credit cards. Business credit cards can serve your business well in a number of ways. So if you have 4 business credit cards at $10,000 a piece on their limits, you've got $40,000 in available credit there, right? So first, they can help you protect your business. You can use them to limit the exposure with online purchases, right? So there's protections built into credit cards. Most credit card companies have fraud protocols. These protect you from having to pay for fraudulent charges on your account. So if you use a debit card that's connected to your bank account and it gets hacked, you're going to be in trouble, right? You could easily lose all of your available cash and potentially very few options for recovery. So not everybody who uses a credit card uses it for the wrong reason, right? They don't use it to go on vacation or purchase something they don't need. So a credit card can be used just to protect your personal assets or your business assets, your business bank account. So because they've got built-in fraud protection. And as long as you pay those credit cards back, when the payment's due, you don't have to worry about paying interest either for this protection. So business credit cards can help you protect your cash on hand, and that's how you do it. All right, so what's the catch? You need the accounts to be connected to your business only, right? So building your business credit under your EIN number, something we've talked about for a very long time. So not you personally. This means you do not want these accounts connected to your personal credit profile. How do you accomplish this? All right. So how to get business credit. This is the tricky part. There are specific steps that you need to take in a specific order to build a separate business credit profile and score. If you have watched our videos, if you've been following us, if you're already set up with one of our programs, you know exactly what we're about to say. So it starts with how your business is set up, right? So your basic foundation, your fundability factors, having everything separate. So with your business, you don't want a personal address attached, a personal phone number, a personal email address, a personal bank account. You need to have everything separated. Business bank account set up, a business address, business phone number, business email. Those are how you keep everything separate. So your basic foundation there. So another part of getting business credit is applying for the right accounts at the right time, right? So if you start applying for business accounts without having all the pieces in place first, you're going to be denied. There's going to be certain things that they want to see before they approve you, okay? These accounts, they're not going to approve you based on your personal credit history. They know nothing about you. You're not giving your social out. So the only thing that they have to go on to give you an approval is the fact that you have your business set up properly. That's why we do that. That's why this is step one, okay? So you have to know where to start. A fundable foundation. The first step is to make sure your business has a fundable foundation. It's going to include a number of things. Having a physical business address where you get mail, okay? A P.O. box or something similar will not work. So P.O. box, home address, UPS address, anything like that. So a physical brick and mortar is going to be A+. That's what they would love to see. It's not always necessary. A virtual address is something that could be an alternative. So you're going to need to incorporate as an LLC, an S Corp, or corporation. The sole proprietorships attached to your social, you're not protecting yourself from anybody or anything, okay? You're not a legit business. So an LLC, an S Corp, or corporation is something that allows you to have that business stand on its own. So it also is going to include an EIN number, right? So irs.gov, you can go right in there, get your EIN number for free. A DUNS number, right, from Dun & Bradstreet. You need a separate, dedicated business bank account, all right? So having a business bank account separate from personal. And again, this is only the beginning, right? So there's a lot more to a fundable foundation. You get the point, right? Keep everything separate. Set up everything that you need for the business to be separated. All right. It's going to start at the beginning, and details do matter. So once you're set up to be fundable, you can start applying for business accounts. All right. So you're going to start small. This means applying with starter vendors first. These are vendors that will not do personal or business credit check, okay? They're going to extend you net terms to your business based on other factors. So, and the other factors being the fundability factors, the foundation. They're going to not look at your business or personal credit. They will approve you based on the fact that you have everything set up on your foundation, okay? I mentioned a couple of these accounts earlier. Quill, Granger, Uline, real popular ones to start with, okay? But the reason we tell you you're going to start small, if you remember building your personal credit at 18 years old, you knew that you didn't go out and buy a car day one. You didn't go buy a house. You didn't go get a $10,000 credit card. You started out. You had a $300 to $500 credit card. You went and made purchases. You probably bought things you didn't really need at 18 or 19 years old, maybe some gas. You created some payment history. You generated a personal credit score. And then you became lendable. Then you built from there. So you took stepping stones, right? You crawled, then walked, and then run through the process. You're going to start small on business credit. We're building your business credit from the ground up, okay? So your time in business could be a factor. The amount of revenue that you have could be a factor depending on the lender and the bank that you're applying for. Your average balances in your business bank account, so your average daily balance, just showing them that you have the ability to pay something back when you borrow money. So average daily balances is very important. That's something you should pay attention to moving forward, no matter what type of lending or credit you're looking for. That shows the lender that you have reserves, you have money left over at the end of the day or at the end of the week or at the end of the month to pay them back. All right. So make sure that you do have good average balances. Some other things as well. All right. They may look at one or all or any combination of these factors to verify credit worthiness of your business. Right. So there are some companies that will lend you just based on your time of business. Some will lend you money based on revenue only. Some will need time of business and revenue. Okay. So then they're going to report your payment on these accounts to the business credit reporting agencies like Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, Experian, Credit Safe. Here's another issue. Unlike personal credit accounts, where pretty much all creditors report your payment to your personal credit profile, only about 7% of business credit accounts actually report payments. Okay. So that's huge. I mean, that's the opposite. That's very little, right? That's 7% of the companies out there that are advertising business credit or saying we can help you get business credit. There's only 7% of those companies that are actually going to report your payment activity to your business credit reporting agencies and help you build your credit. So there's nothing in it for you, right? It's all for them. So make sure you're aware when you're dealing with business credit, ask the question, do you report my activity to my business credit reporting agencies? Do you report to Dun & Bradstreet? See what they say. You'll be startled. 7% or less actually do that, okay? So the other 93% will report defaulting on payments, right? So they're not going to report anything unless there's a default, right? It can be difficult to find vendors that will both extend credit without a credit check and report payments, right? There's boxes that these companies have to mark off even to get into our program. So to meet the qualifications to help you build your credit as a business owner, they have to be able to give you credit without using personal credit. And they also need to report your history, your payment activities to the business credit reporting agencies. So, and this information is not easy to find. Having accounts that report is vital to building a strong business credit score, okay? Without that, you will not be able to get the accounts you need to build your cash flow pool. How to start. So we've got a list of vendors that we know that does both of these things. They include vendors like Uline and CEO Creative and among many more. Start building your credit pool with these and other starter vendors by applying for accounts and buy things like packaging and cleaning supplies, office supplies that you'll use in the course of your business anyway. Okay. So there are going to be some things that you're going to say, I'm not going to take over the world buying cleaning products, but this is a necessary step. This is building your foundation. Buy the product, use them, make a payment, and let them report as a trade line. They now become a stepping stone for you to progress in building your credit. There's a whole strategy here. There's a whole plan, that you have to do this properly. So once you get enough of these accounts reporting, you're going to be able to apply for more vendor and credit accounts and get approved. So what your next steps are. So you need more than just a few vendor accounts to build a strong business credit score. The next steps include applying for credit with increasingly harder to meet requirements, right? Crawl, walk, run, like I mentioned earlier. So this is crawling right now. You're going to get approved without having history. You'll be approved without using personal credit, and they report your activity to the bureaus. The next step is now you're going to start applying for credit with increasingly harder to meet requirements. So now maybe the time in business is increased. Instead of 6 months in business, now they may see a year. And now instead of having no cash flow required, now they may want to see $10,000 a month in revenue, things like that. Now, instead of having no history on your business credit profile, now they want to see that you have at least 4 or 5 accounts reporting and you've got a payback score generated in your system. So now the qualification is going to be a little bit higher. So now we're talking about step 2 or tier 2 type credit. So if you do it in the right order, however, you will have no problem getting approved, assuming that you handle all the accounts responsibly. Don't have any late payments on these accounts. So you can apply for accounts like Quill, Office Depot. They're a little bit harder to get, but applying with those starter vendors first. That way you're going to be closer to meeting their requirements. Okay. Keep the ball rolling so it doesn't stop there. Now you should be on your way to building your cash flow pool, right? So when you're talking $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 in available capital that you have through business credit, you get a pretty good cash flow pool. You can apply for higher limit cards with more rewards. Keep using all of your accounts responsibly, okay? It does no good to build a cash flow pool if you have no cash available on any of your accounts. So be responsible with these accounts. Yes, they're not reporting to your personal credit profile. You don't have to worry about utilization, but you still need to be responsible with these accounts, okay? Here's a top secret tip to help you get started. So it's not easy to get the ball rolling on your own. However, it is much faster, cheaper, and easier in the long run to get expert help to build your cash flow pool. So a business credit expert can help you evaluate your current fundability. They can get you on the right path to building and improving fundability if necessary. And they can point toward those initial business credit accounts that will open the door to many more. Business credit expert. So with a business credit expert, you will not waste time applying for accounts you do not qualify for. You're not going to waste time and money on accounts that don't report to the business credit reporting agencies. You're going to know exactly what step you're on and what needs to be done to move to the next step in the process. So you can build your cash flow pool effectively and efficiently. All right, so what does all this mean? It means you could run your business without worrying about cash flow gaps. You can take advantage of wholesale deals when they come along. You can apply for larger jobs knowing you can get the tools and equipment you need to get the job done without depleting cash reserves. Okay, so having that capital, that capital that you need for emergencies or for growth, so you don't have to worry about that when you've got that cash flow pool. More of what this could mean. So you will be able to quickly take advantage of investment and growth opportunities with confidence, knowing that you have the cash available to do what you need to do. You can limit your exposure to fraudulent charges when making online purchases. That's what we talked about right from the very beginning, protecting yourself by using business credit cards online rather than linking up a business account, right, that somebody can hack into. So this is cash flow management. We're going to recap. Cash flow management is essential to running a successful business. A cash flow pool using business credit is a great cash flow management tool. Before you can build a cash flow pool, you have to build your business credit profile. A business credit expert can help you do that in the most timely and cost-efficient way possible. Without an expert, you will likely waste both time and money. So get a free consultation with a business credit expert. Go to creditsuite.com/consultation. It will set up a consultation call for you to be able to go over your business, fundability and foundation work there, and be able to get you set in the right direction to start building your business credit properly. Okay. If you want more information, please see this presentation's description. So the next time we get together, we're going to cover whether your business credit cards will affect your personal credit. So this will be tomorrow, I believe 1 p.m. Eastern time, okay? So whether your business credit cards will affect your personal credit, that'll be covered tomorrow. Why establishing a strong business credit profile will help you assure they don't. How and when to use a personal guarantee and more, okay? Easily and quickly get financing. Get access to every legitimate funding program in one place. You pay us no fees ever. Use your loan volume to get lower rates and fees. Business blueprint to graduate to SBA loans, right? That's the most kind of sought after type of loan, SBA loan. That's going to be your best rate, your best term, usually your largest amount of money. So we give you that blueprint to be able to graduate into SBA loans. Never look for funding again. I appreciate the time that you gave us today. Again, you can contact us at 877-600-2487 or email info@creditsuite.com. Creditsuite.com/getfunding is another link for immediate funding solutions, and creditsuite.com/consultation can help set up a consultation call with a business credit building expert, and we will gladly take care of you. Once again, I appreciate everything, and we'll see you again.